What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's doing good today. I just got back home from traveling. Man, there's been a lot of stuff going on in this community while I've been gone. And, I just now trying to take it all in and process everything. But I just wanted to jump on here and do a little live stream and, see you guys' thoughts. If my audio is all right, please comment and let me know if all the audio is good. I got a new setup. I got a new computer, so I'm trying to figure everything out, and it's so much quicker and so much faster. I'm going to be able to start live streaming a lot more, hopefully. But if y'all would just let me know in the comments if everything sounds good, looks good. That would be awesome. If you don't mind, hit the like, share this video out, maybe bring some people in here so we can try to teach them a little bit of something about PulseX and PulseChain and HEX to maybe help them change their life in the future. Maybe get them on the right path and, get them where they need to be in crypto. Introduce them to a community that really actually cares. Leo, appreciate it, man. Glad everything sounds good. I appreciate you stopping by. If y'all have anything specific y'all want to talk about in the chat, just drop it in there and we'll go over whatever you guys want to do. But I got some stuff lined up that I kind of want to go over. And just we'll take it from there. We'll just wing it. And if you guys got something, just drop it down in the chat and we'll go from there. And we'll see where this takes us. So let me share my screen here. So what I want to first do is, look at the hex chart, because that's, this is our bread and butter with everything we do. And, now that the PulseX sacrifice has ended, it's still a little stagnant. And, we were all expecting this big, because you see over here what happened after the PulseChain sacrifice, And, I was even a little guilty of thinking maybe we could see something like that. And we still could. There's just a lot. The biggest thing right now, guys, is there's just a lot of sacrifices going on. There's so many more projects jumping into the space. They're taking the spotlight away from HEX, and it's buying pressure, which, and we're going to be going over some of those projects today. I know it's a very controversial topic right now in the space, and I got my opinions just like everybody else does. Drop y'all's in the chat so I can see where you guys are on it. But with the whole Hedron and the LiquidLoans thing, in my opinion, man, the PulseChain was made because we want a better ecosystem for everybody else in crypto, right? We want to bring those people over. And without projects that start building on PulseChain, who the hell is going to come over and use it? And I know, I'm still new around here. I'm a new streamer and I'm still new, but from my point of view, me looking in to the HEX OGs and stuff like that, and the way some of them are acting are just crazy, man. And if some of these newer people that come in and see this, it's going to steer them away really quick. They're going to be like, I don't want nothing a part of this community because they're at each other's throat all the time. And it's not a good look. And, and in my opinion, we need to support each other, especially if they're actually trying to do right. Unless you can prove with strong evidence that they're not trying to do right, we're here to support each other. This is what crypto is about. It's about decentralized finance and decentralized ownership and to set people free. And how are we going to set other people free if we gatekept, like just how we were gatekept, just like how HEX was gatekept, how PulseChain's still being gatekept, how, PulseX, that's not the over $1 billion sacrifice. That's not out on any major news sources and stuff like that. It's being gatekept. And us, a part of the ecosystem, we can't gatekeep other projects that are trying to build to make PulseChain an actual good functional ecosystem for people to be onboarded to. You know, because like I said, without good products, people don't want to go. People don't want to come over here. If there's no point to come over and use it, then there's no point to even come over and use it. You know, and you know what Richard Hart's done with the biggest airdrop thing, dropping everybody free tokens. That's brilliant. That's brilliant because they're going to get some kind of exposure, whether they like it or not. You know, because you can people you haven't ever talked to. You know, you can send them a message, but hey, look, if you change this one setting in your MetaMask, you know you got every ERC-20 you hold on Ethereum over there too, and they're gonna be like, "What the fuck? Are you serious?" You know, so it's gonna be crazy when this stuff happens. It's gonna be very, very crazy what happens um, when PulseChain finally does launch. Let's look in the chat here. Everybody says audio sounds good. I appreciate it. Drop some comments, guys. If y'all want to go anything specific, like I said, I do have a few things set up to go over with you guys, and we'll go from there. Let me pull this up here. All right, but yeah, the hex price, man, you can see, and you know where this thing dropped down to was, kind of crazy. It bounced right off the bottom of the Bollinger Band here at about, 12.5 cents, and it's coming back down. I think it could come back down to maybe about 13 cents. There's some very, very strong support right here at about 12.5 cents. There's a lot of support there. And when these sacrifice phases get over with everything that's going on, I really think we're going to see Hex bounce back. Like I said, there's just a lot of stuff going on right now, taken away from the buy pressure, and that's okay. Other projects have to have their light, other projects have to have their time to shine. And that's my opinion. Other people, definitely have other opinions about that. But in my opinion, we got to support people that are trying to do right on the Hex and PulseChain ecosystem. Let me see here. Oh, hold on, guys. I just hit the wrong button. Sorry about that. Give me a quick second, and I'll be that window share. Hold on, guys. Don't give me 1 second, guys. I just did the complete wrong thing here. Hold on, I'll go in the chat real quick while I figure this out. Leo, when will we get PulseX tokens? Do you know? No. If I can get this page pulled back up to where I just had it, I'll share some stuff with you. Hold on. Y'all give me 1 second. Okay. Screen share window. Share. Okay, I think I got it back now. Okay, I got it back now. So, First Crocodile, what is up, man? Hey, I really appreciate you coming and dropping your support down in the comments below, man. That's awesome. I'm really glad I can help you out. I'm really glad you find my content useful. But what I want to go over here, and I appreciate that you're here, man. I really do. But Leo, back to your question here, man. If we go over here to, well, let's go to Pulse. This is the PulseX lead. So, as you can see, the sacrifice phase has ended. And if we go over here to PulseX.com, it says the sacrifice phase is over. PulseX will launch soon. And then we have Richard Hart tweeting out these pictures of, the platform and it actually, because you can see right here, if you take a look at this little box right here, it says transaction receipt view on Pulse Scan. It's actually functional. So not only, it's built, it is running. The platform is running. You can see the wallet's connected. You can see they got price feeds from, this is the test net, it's on the test net, but it's actually functioning. And that's beautiful, So when could it be? I don't want to, spread any false information to you, because I'm not I don't have a crystal ball. I know you hear that all the time, but it's true. What I'm hoping, and I'm a little bit biased because my birthday is in March, but hopefully middle to end of March. And that's on the bullish scenario. The bearish scenario, mid to end of April. But let me tell you something, guys. The longer it takes, I know it sucks. And we want that shit to launch so we can play around with it and, see our wealth rise and, just it's going to be an awesome community. But the longer it takes to launch, the more anticipation is going to build up, and the more it's going to have people wondering, and the more it's going to have people doing research about it, and it just gives us more time to reach out to, more and more people to, and now the thing about it is, since the sacrifice phases are over for PulseX and PulseChain, the people that we do reach out to, they're going to have to market buy. If they want to take part in PulseX and Pulse, they're going to have to market buy the tokens. You can't sacrifice anymore. You can't do any of that. So just think about it. The more people, this is the prime opportunity. The more people that we reach right now and onboard right now, they will all have to market buy when it goes live. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's just a great time to be in. If you guys are in, you're early, and it's beautiful. I'm gonna go back to the chat here for a second. First Crocodile, do you think HEX will ever have another dip? In the meantime, you were spot on with price prediction. Man, my prediction was I was kind of wrong with it at first, because I thought, once the PulseX sacrifice was over, we were gonna break out a little bit. But let's pull up the chart. And you can see it's like I said, man, it's just a strange time in the market right now, because you got all these you have all these other projects that are, doing their sacrifice phase and, creating, sell pressure on HEX. If that's all people have is HEX, then, it's going to create a lot of sell pressure if they do want to take part in these projects. But let's look at the chart here. And this is all, in my opinion, what I think is going to happen. And, I'm not really a TA guy, you guys. I just, I look at the charts and try to, just tell you guys what makes sense, in my opinion. But if you look right here at this support at about 12 cents, that has been major support a couple of times, even back before the PulseChain sacrifice. So it's been major support. I think because you can see we're kind of dipping right now. Because earlier today we were up at about almost 16 cents, and now we're down at 14. So in my opinion, what we might see is it come down and try to test the bottom of this Bollinger Band again at about 13 cents. And I'm definitely going to have a buy order sitting at about 13 cents, maybe a little bit under. Because we got a high likelihood that it will bounce off this bottom Bollinger Band, and the bottom of it sits right above this major support. So if it doesn't hit that Bollinger Band, it's going to bounce. In my opinion, we got a strong chance of a reversal right here, because it's due for a good bounce. So anything under 13 cents is definitely a good buy range if it does drop below that. But when it does finally start to take off, our two major support or resistances are going to be at about, well, it depends on when we start bouncing, but it could be at about 18 cents and then about 22 or 23 cents. Those are going to be the two main resistances back on the way up. So like I said, just keep your eye on this bottom Bollinger Band here, and then this big support at about 12 cent. But if we do drop below that, we could definitely go back down to about, 8 or 9 cent if we break that support down here. But look at it, man, it's beautiful. This support has been held. Boom, goes up, boom, bounce there, came back down, boom, bounced perfectly with a nice little wick off of it. It's got a nice good sized wick right there, so that that's good buy pressure. So in my opinion, we do not drop back below that, but if we do, I could see it going back to about 8 or 9 cent. So that's all of it in my opinion. I don't know, it could do whatever it wants, but that's what the technicals are telling me. I'm gonna jump back into the chat. Oh, you're blowing me up, Burst Crocodile. Let's see. Hoping there will be a PulseX PLS dip after launch. I would tell you what, man, there definitely will be. And that's what I want a lot of the new people to understand is when this thing launches, it may launch 10x from what we sacrificed for. It could very well do that, but there will be, because there was over $1 billion that people, sacrificed for this project. There will be a dip, 100%. That dips are in the game, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, percent dips are in the game. And if you can just hold through that, just when you get your PulseX, just stake that shit. When you get your PLS, just stake that shit and just forget about it, just like we do with HEX. This ain't financial advice. Don't take it as financial advice. I'm telling you what I'm going to do with my bags when I get it. But just be smart, guys. Just be smart. Look at the HEX chart, what it did when it launched. You've seen that huge dip it took. It took a huge dip. So just be smart, hodl through. I'll be here hodling with you. I'll be doing streams hodling with you guys, keeping you guys on the, on the most recent news and stuff like that. I'll be here. Y'all got questions? I'll be here. I'm not going nowhere. So just when you see these dips, just buy like a mofo when you see them dips. You said it would drop to 12.5 cents, and it did. I'm just reading the charts. I guess I got a little lucky. I have a little experience reading. It's all about numbers and just support, resistance, and basic math with the Fibonacci levels and stuff like that. So, Al Salaco, Crypto Panda just said the same thing. Stop FUDing on Pulse. That's what I'm saying, man. I don't understand why people are doing that. Because we need, you heard me in the beginning, man. We need these projects to have a successful ecosystem. I understand people having, and I'm not putting anybody down. I'm not talking crap about nobody, because everybody is, everybody has their own opinion and the right to their opinion. And my opinion, you can't FUD other projects. Unless you have a valid reason. If you can post valid reasons, if you can post valid, then that makes sense. But just spreading FUD about other projects that hadn't even, they just launched and stuff like that, and you don't know their intentions, unless like I said, if you have valid proof, then by all means air out the dirty laundry. But if you don't, you can't, Pulse needs projects to be successful. Pulse needs users to be successful. PulseX needs users to be successful, because the whole buy and burn and stuff like that relies on the volume. It relies on people transacting with the protocol and people coming over in and out of the protocol. Without other projects and without people providing volume, it's going to be pointless. Eventually, over a long period of time, very slowly, it'll add up. Hold on, let me take a sip of water here, guys. over a long period of time, it'll add up for sure. But we want to see exponential growth. And without other projects and stuff like that, I'm ranting right now and I sound like a broken record, but it's so important, guys. It's so important that, we just be open minded. We be open minded because not everybody is out to scam people. Now don't get me wrong, there is a lot of scams and there is a lot of dirty people, but not everybody is out to get one another. A lot of people are out to make the ecosystem a better place. So and by the way, Crypto Panda, that guy inspires me. I watch everything that he does, and his content's just great. The way he can break things down, and him and Crypto Kindness, the way they break things down and explain it to people, has really helped me out. To be honest, I don't know if if it hadn't helped anybody else, I know they have helped me tremendously, especially Crypto Kindness. He's been a key part of, me becoming a streamer and helping me start up and, giving me all types of good advice. This is the thing about the HEX ecosystem, man. There's so many genuine people that are just willing to help and willing to, show you the way and share what they learned along the way. It's blown my mind. And this is why I became a HEX holder, Richard Hart supporter, is because of the guys that's in the community. They have really, really, blown my mind with some of the stuff that that they're willing to help people with, man. It's awesome. It's awesome. And shout out to Crypto Kindness and shout out to Crypto Panda because y'all have awesome content and you have a lifetime supporter here. First Crocodile 13 sounds good to me. Yeah, it does. Do you use MetaMask to buy? No. It just depends on if I have any USDC or if I'm just buying with ETH. If I'm just buying with ETH, I go to 1inch.io and buy. But if I'm doing it with USDC, then I'm on matcha.xyz and I do limit orders. And also, it just depends on how much I'm buying at the time. But if you want, my opinion, if you're buying with just ETH, and you can do limit orders on 1 inch. But if you're, always use 1 inch or matcha.xyz, you get the lowest slippage, you get the best routing, and it's just better in my opinion. If you use MetaMask, you're just going to get ate up with fees that don't, that are pointless when you can just go on 1 inch and, or matcha.xyz and get it done for, a fraction of the fee. 8 to 9 would be awesome. It would be. Hopefully it don't stay down there, but it would be nice to scoop some up at that lower price. Because guys, I'll be honest with you, I'm not a HEX OG at all. I got into HEX. Most of my HEX investments are actually underwater. I got into HEX when it was about 30 cents. It went up to 50 cents. I even bought some at 50 cents and it dropped all the way down. So most of my stuff's underwater, but that's not the reason why I'm here. The reason why I'm here is the community is just touched me in ways that I can't explain. It's unreal. The gains are nice in crypto and stuff like that, but when you actually build good, relationships in the community and you actually make friends, that's a feeling that you can't get with, money. Money can't buy you that. Gains can't buy you that. It can buy you that for a short time, but it's the relationships that I've made in the HEX ecosystem is why I'm still here. I'll be waiting for the dips, never selling, only staking. You got that right, my man. That's what I'm going to be doing. Just scooping, saving, staking. And, LiquidLoans is very, very attractive to me. Like I said, it's controversial too, but in my opinion, I really do support LiquidLoans and everything they do. They're an awesome project. They're very transparent with the community. And, they're real involved and they're very engaged with everything they do. And it's just a beautiful thing. They're in my opinion, they're an A1 project, and I'm very, very excited to see what they bring in the future. Plan to buy all the HEX I can at 12 to 13 cents and then swap for PLSX when PulseChain's online. Yeah, see, this is another thing. I mentioned it in my last video. Since the sacrifice phases are over, what people are going to be doing, well, what I'm going to be doing, and not financial advice, but what I'm going to be doing is now's the time to start. Now's the time to start stacking up the hex, and so you get your ERC-20 copy. Because when you get your copy, it's going to be over on the PulseChain, and then you can swap it for whatever you want. I'm not going to be selling my hex on either side. I'm going to be staking them all out. But I have been accumulating some other ERC-20 copy or ERC-20s that I am going to probably plan to dump on, unless I do some yield farming. I might plan on doing that. But now is your time to start stacking up your ERC-20s, because you're going to get a copy of them on PulseChain. So, my total attention right now is off the sacrifice phases. Because I've been in sacrifice mode for the past 2 or 3 months. So, now my priorities have switched, and I'm just going to start getting my bags packed for the PulseChain launch. No FUD for me. I'll take the risk. I'll take the risk and put a few hundred into Mintra, LiquidLoans, Internet Money, and Power City. Yeah, I've sacrificed for Mintra as well, and LiquidLoans, Internet Money, and Power City. I was looking at them last night. I haven't fully done any research on those yet. Like I said, I was just looking into them last night, and I don't really want to comment on anything like that yet because I don't know much about it. But I will start looking into that, and because things are starting to pop up now, and it's starting to get interesting. So, I'm gonna, broaden my research a little bit. PulseChain needs projects to run on it. Exactly. You don't want a ghost chain. And it wouldn't necessarily be a ghost chain, because all the system state of Ethereum is going to be copied over, and you'll have all the hex users and all the sacrificers. But you need projects to make it useful. No matter what. You need volume to make it useful. Your all cap name is not your property. Okay. I don't know what you mean by that, but appreciate your comment. I used a referral link for LiquidLoans sacrifice. Hopefully it worked correctly to give you. Man, you you didn't have to do that, man. I kind of feel weird making referral links and stuff like that. And the only time I'll really ever use one is if it benefits, at least I don't want it just to benefit me. I want, my community to also get benefited from it as well. I'm not the kind of person that's just going to benefit from something and not provide any value to you guys. That's what I'm here for. I don't get paid for this. I don't, I'm just here to truly try to answer any questions that people may have to, get them further, because I know when I first got into crypto, I didn't have anybody to talk to. I didn't have anybody that knew anything. I just got in on it blind as hell, and I got wrecked bad. I lost a lot of money. But luckily, I've learned from my mistakes, and I've learned the better strategies, and I know what to do and what not to do. I mean, we're still going to make mistakes. Crypto's a very hard thing to learn if you haven't known about it in the past. But it's an adventure, man. It's fun to learn. It's fun to be a part of. And like I said, the Hex community is one of the most open-minded people that are willing to help people learn. It's just ridiculous. It's beautiful, man. You go to any other one of these crypto coins out here, and you dive in their community, go in their discords, go in their telegrams, and you tell me if you see the kind of relationships that we have here in Hex and PulseChain. You won't find them. You don't have to use it, man. It's just down there for people that haven't heard about LiquidLoans. If you've heard about it and you've known about it before, you don't have to use my referral link. That's just for people. Hopefully it catches somebody's eye and they'll be like, oh, what's LiquidLoans? Let me check it out. And you can earn a little rewards from it. So it's nice. Internet money sounds like it will be tied in with LiquidLoans, so sounded good to me. Power City will be a competitor to Mintra. Oh yeah, okay, that's right. But their marketing is really good. Yeah, I was looking at Power City. Wait, was it Power City? I can't remember. I think it was Power City. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't done much research on it yet. But I have seen some good front ends on some of these projects. Like I said, I haven't done my research, so I don't want to spread any misinformation. But some of these projects have looked pretty good. It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun seeing who launches and who sticks and stays, and who launches and kind of fades away. But what I just don't want to happen, because I know when PulseChain launches, it's going to be full of scams. There's going to be scams. There's going to be shit coins. There's going to be malicious people. And that's not the part I want to see. That's not the part I'm ready for. But, it's a part of crypto. And, all I can do is try to lead people in the right direction. And hopefully we can steer clear away from them. Sometimes they're hard to spot, man. Sometimes it could be a nice, big, beautiful project, with everything going on, and then they rug you. So sometimes it's hard to spot. 9 times out of 10, you can kind of feel it out and stuff like that. But like I said, there's some times where it just bites you in the ass. It just bites you in the ass. What I'm gonna do now, so I think I got through all the comments here. Oh, never mind. Claimed my Hedron yesterday. We'll wait. Yep, I claimed my Hedron yesterday as well. I was going to pull that up here in a second once I got through all these comments. And we'll just take a look at it and try to go over it and see what we got. So what I want to do right now is pull up the LiquidLoans sacrifice statistics. And you guys can see over 20. Oh, let me refresh this to get the latest and greatest information. $24,342,676 have been sacrificed for the loan token. And out of all that, there's 5,184 wallets. And, this is a pretty big success for LiquidLoans, man. That's no little amount of money. Compared to some of the other sacrifices that's been going on, that's a substantial amount of sacrifice dollars. Substantial. And if you look here, I don't know if any of y'all heard, but I'm sure you have, the Godwell has sacrificed almost $6 million to LiquidLoans. And if you look in here, he sacrificed the $6 million, and he's going to lock it up for 24 months. So he gets a 1.5x bonus on that. So, and see, that's another thing, man. You got these whales that are coming in, and because you need whales in projects for projects to do good, in my opinion. And this guy, man, everything that he does it the right way. He'll come in, stake the longest. He'll come in, lock his tokens the longest. He knows what he's doing. This is what we need to start doing. This is what we need to start doing is, watching what the whales do, delay the gratification as much as we can, because they didn't get, they didn't get the whale status by, playing around. They've actually, they know what they're doing, guys. They know what they're doing. And, that's been one of my biggest things I've been trying to do here recently is, just trying to study what some of the whale movements and, just try to swim my way around them. Just trying to, figure them out. And, I ain't trying to disturb them. I ain't trying to fuck with them. I just want to figure everything out and just whale watch and see what I can learn from them. Because, man, they have a lot of little hints and knowledge to give if you just study it and actually, when you see one of them little hints that they drop, if you can pick it up and put it in your pocket, you're going to be good in the future, because these guys know what they're talking about. Did you delay your LiquidLoans for 24 months? What I did is I kind of did a sacrifice ladder. So you know how you got your hex stake ladders where you can have them coming out. So what I did is I did a sacrifice ladder, so I have some coming out every month for the whole time, which is I think is the best way to do it in my opinion. That way, you kind of get some of the bonus for the sacrifice. The longer pays better, and you actually you get to reap some of the rewards in the process. So in my opinion, that's what I did. That's what intrigued me the most, and it just felt right. Let me take a sip of water. Is there anything specific that you guys want to take a look at? Because the questions that y'all have asked kind of covered everything I had to go over here. Oh, I want to thank you guys. 423 subscribers. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you for all the support. I really didn't see my channel growing up this quick. So it's been an awesome experience, and I want to thank you guys for that. If I buy Hex and stake now for 555, will I still get to claim Hedron? I think so. Pretty sure, man. I am pretty sure, because it's got to make sure you do it on go.hex.com and do it, because I have some stakes on Staker app, and I didn't know at first. I didn't know that you couldn't get Hedron for those, but yeah, man. If you go stake now, I'm almost certain that you can still go claim Hedron. Because when you go to Hedron, let's go here, because I got it pulled up right here. When you go here, you just connect your wallet, and it goes off of your MetaMask address. Because you can see here my 555 stake. I only did a little bit. I did, it's my first 555, and I'm pretty sure, I got a lot more in the background running. But I just wanted to do this to kind of show you guys what it looked like. Because if you go, whoops, you see this, I have claimed, I have claimed it, and I'm not gonna mint right now. I'm gonna let these stack up and stuff like that. But yeah, man, you should be able to stake and still be able to claim Hedron. I don't see why not. It makes sense. I think we're still in the 10x bonus for 10 days, and then the next 10 days will drop down to a 9x bonus, and then it'll so on and so forth. It'll keep dropping until 100 days, and then you won't have any bonus. So yeah, you can still stake and claim Hedron. Hedron's not going nowhere. You do have to pay the gas fees, which kind of suck, but Hedron's not going nowhere, man. I can't really speak much on it because I haven't really dug too deep on Hedron. But I don't think they're doing anything malicious, and I don't think they're taking away from buy pressure from Hex, and I don't think they're breaking the truth engine. I really don't. I just think they're it's a market that some people might need, man. Some people might need it. So, like I said, I'm very open-minded about things like this. I'm not going to throw shade on anybody because of what they're trying to build. That's on them. If they succeed, that's awesome. If they fail, that's fine too. I just hope it wasn't they failed in a malicious way. I just hope that's not the reason. But people, like I said in the beginning, people aren't there. Not everybody is out to do malicious activity. Yes, there is a lot of them that do, but in this ecosystem, man, the vibe I get from a lot of people it's just good. It's just everybody just wants to make this ecosystem a better place, it's already a fantastic place to be. And when I see controversy like this getting stirred up, in and out, when people when arguing and stuff like that, it steers people away, man. Especially if somebody just learned about it and they're seeing people go at each other's throats and not making any sense and making these outlandish claims and all this other stuff. It pushes people away, you know. It pushes people away big time. I'm not going to mention no names, but some of the stuff that's been stated, and it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. If the powers that be had that much control over certain things, nobody would want to be in a crypto that, it's just wrong. It's just wrong to throw shade on people that, haven't even had the opportunity to prove themselves. Give people an opportunity to show you what it's all about before, any statements are made. That's all in my opinion. When PulseChain is live, can use Pulse to mint Hedron, correct? Yes, I'm pretty sure. When Hedron goes live on PulseChain, when PulseChain goes live and then Hedron launches on PulseChain, yes, because it's basically the Ethereum. So yes, you're right. You are right. Well, is there anything else that you guys want to go over? I basically touched on everything that I've had. Trying to think here and see if there's anything else that I want to cover with you guys before I let you go. Like I said, if there is anything you want to go over, drop them in the chat now, and we would do that. I really appreciate y'all guys stopping by and jumping in here. This is the most people I've ever had on a stream, except when I did my LiquidLoans interview. So this is kind of cool. People are actually showing up listening to me, so it's giving me a little more incentive to keep on keeping on with this stuff. Hold on one second. Guys, my wife just walked in the door, so I'm gonna have to hop off here. Like I said, I appreciate you guys stopping by. This is the most I've ever had on stream, which is awesome. I appreciate y'all's support. I'm coming up on, my goal is 500 subscribers. We're coming up on that quick. It's getting exciting. I didn't think it was going to happen this fast, and you guys are to thank for that. And I'm gonna go over the chat a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna jump off of here. Tommy Kane, I'm late to the chat. Was just wondering, do you think we'll get PulseChain by summer? Yes, man. My opinion, yes. My opinion, PulseChain will be here. In my opinion, now shit happens because it's software and shit and stuff happens, but my opinion, within the next 3 months, 100%. In my opinion, and I appreciate you stopping by. I hate that I'm about to get off here, but I appreciate your question. But yes, man, I think we'll definitely have PulseChain by summer. Like I said, I could be wrong, but I got a gut feeling with all the information that's been coming out and the Richard Hart tweets about PulseX and the site's actually working and stuff like that. So it's getting real close, man. It's getting real close. It's getting exciting. Great stream. Appreciate it, man. I really appreciate your support. You're sticking around. It's awesome. It's awesome. If y'all haven't yet, come check out the Telegram, t.me/Heinz Crypto 1. We got a few people over there. It's not that active yet. I'm trying to, get it and growing off the ground. But, we're growing slowly but surely. We're small, but we're growing slowly but surely. But I appreciate you guys. Leave some comments, share this stream, hit the like, jump over in Telegram, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, guys.